Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be cooking lamb chops, some turkey bread served with a salad. But before we do that, let me show you my outfit. So guys, I'm starting with preparing the dough. I have 500 grams of flour, and then I have like 300 milliliters of milk plus 100 milliliters of water, and then I'm just adding fresh yeast. You can just also use the dry one, but I personally prefer to use the fresh one. Normally I will dilute the yeast with the milk just to make sure that everything is diluted. It's very important that your yeast get completely diluted. That is why I just had to dilute it that way. I don't know why I did that, but anyway. And then I added some salt. It's important that you add some salt, and then I'm going to add just a little, very little of sugar. I'm using white sugar here. As you can see, I'm not adding that much. It's really little because you don't want it to be sweet. And then we have some ginger that I just grated. I'm adding this. This is one thing, for example, that the turkey people don't do. They don't add any ginger, but for me, the ginger just make my dough really soft. So that is why I add, and just, you know, I'm an African, we like everything spicy. And then approximately 3 teaspoons of olive oil, and then just make sure that you really knead your dough completely and properly. So far so good. And then after that, I've kneaded this dough completely to my satisfaction, I am going to cover it up. Some people use foil to cover this up, but I use just a tablecloth. Yeah, that cloth you use to dry your dishes, that is what I use. And then I'm setting this aside. Normally it is advisable to set it aside for 1 hour. I prepared mine very early, so I normally set it aside for some hours. So guys, let's get to cooking. It has been like 3 hours since I prepared the dough, and it is ready, or I'm going to bake it now. And it looks amazing, but before I do that, I'm just going to make myself comfortable because I don't want to get dirty. So I'm going to fold this back and wash my hands, and then we get started. The dough really turned out well. I'm so happy. So I'm just going to get started. Just removing it from, you know, it did stick a bit, but that's not a problem. That's okay. Voila, there we go. Amazing. I'm just going to spread some flour over here, and then voila. Voila. Look at how fluffy this is. No, very, very good. Turns out amazingly well. And now I'm just going to do this. Let me take a knife. I will work better with a knife. So I'm just going to cut it into small pieces like that. Voila. Let's just divide it into 4. If it sticks so much, just add some flour. Same thing over here. Don't worry if you have too much flour, that's not an issue. And now I'm just going to divide each into 2, like that. Create a small ball like that, then set it aside, like that. You know, this is actually, it's like the turkey chapati. Then this one again, divide it into 2, create a ball. is thick, add more milk. I'm mixing languages as usual. If it is thick, just add more flour. I want really to get them round, so I'm heating the pan. At the beginning, I'm just going to make it a bit really hot, and then I'll reduce. You don't want to have it too hot, and you also don't want to have it too low. So at the beginning, as for me, it's a bit hot, and then I'm going to go to medium. Just going to flatten it. Even the Turkish people actually call it flat bread. In my country, we will say this is chapati, but it's not really chapati, because chapati we don't add any baking powder or any yeast. We just, anyway, I don't know if some people do, but I personally, I don't add any yeast or any baking powder. Don't make it too thin. Just flatten it. This is how it should look like, okay? So I'm just going to wait that the pan really get warm. I'm praying God this works as it normally works when I cook. I don't want to disappoint you guys, so I'm hoping it comes out well. Just setting that aside so that it goes quickly. As I wait, I just flatten the next one. And again, if it is thick, just, sprinkle some flour. I try to get them as round as I can. I still believe it's not hot enough. So let's get the next one. The pan is ready. Let us see what is going to happen. Just like 1 minute to one side, and then actually you turn it relatively quickly. You don't wait too long on one side. So I'm going to turn that already, and now I hope the magic happens. Look at this, guys. This is how it looks like, beautiful. And later on is when I'm going just to add a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to show you once I'm done. And the game continues. This is what happens, guys. Then guys, once your bread is done, we're just going to kind of prepare a marinade for this bread. And I'm just going to use basil, and then I'm going to use sweet paprika, a tomato, and some olive oil. But actually this, you can do just as you wish, as you want your bread to taste. Someone like me, I like it when it's hot, but anyway, so I'm going to add mine to some chili later. Yeah, just as you wish. So I'm going to wash the basil. Then just cut it into small pieces. You could also just add some coriander if you wish, just whatever you want, whatever taste you feel like, that could be good, It's something that it's individual how you want it. in chopping. I always chop like so. No, I cook. I love cooking very, very much, but I'm not good when it starts to chop, chop, chop. You know, like a coffee. Chopping like Jimmy Oliver? No, that's not me. So I'm going to add the seal in here. Oops. Dropping, dropping. Then I'm only going to use half a tomato. And I'm going to grate that because the only thing I want from this tomato is it's just the sauce of it all. So I'm just going to grate it. Oops. Everywhere I'm cooking, the whole area where I'm cooking is ever clean, so if things drop, I just pick them. Exactly. So that's, I just removed the inner part of the tomato, and you can see that's all I need actually. Oh, it's kind of, I think it's not the tomato season, so they are not that good, but anyway, we just continue. Put it in there. And now, just mix out. We are coming to the lamb chops. Look how beautiful they are. Amazing, clean, you know. So we're just going to spice them. Not really that much, but yeah. And for that, I'm going to be using some salt. And then I have some just meat softener. And then I have thyme, dry thyme, and then pepper, black pepper. So let me just start, and I'm just going to do that directly here for one side. Then let's add our salt. Then I am going to take the meat softener in my hand, that is, and then just sprinkle it. Like that. Then the same case applies to the thigh. Right again. That way. And then I'm just going to turn around, turn everything around, and do the same thing on the other side. We are not doing a lot of this and that up here. Repeat the same thing. Pepper, black salt. Oh, it's getting dirty in my kitchen. That way. And then some lime. Now we're going here. But the pan is ready, and then I'm going to, again, I will not make it hot from the beginning, so we're going from medium heat. Then I'm not using any oil. What I've done, I already prepared something here, just the kitchen paper, and then I added some olive oil on it, and I'm just going to rub that on the pan like that. And actually nothing more, because as you can see, the lamb has a lot of fat already. It really has a lot of fat, so that should actually be enough, in my opinion. So guys, now the pan is hot, and I'm just going to arrange my lamb chops. Don't overload your pan. Actually, there are too many for this pan. said, I'm just going to make it really low heat. You see, this is 4, and then I'm just going to, I love mine medium done. Some people want well done, some want really bloody. I don't want to have really bloody, so. And you see, I didn't put any oil actually, and it already produced enough oil. Beautiful color. Please don't overload your pan like I did. This is a mistake, but I couldn't just I couldn't just reason on how much my pan can carry. I just made a half a kg of the lamb chops, and I didn't think far, but it possibly, at least don't be like me, just think far. But anyway, we are going to improvise, just come up with good results. Look at this nyama, See the smoke? Smelling so good in my kitchen, guys. Smelling so good. Here we go. Looking very appetizing. We're just going to turn them again, and actually they are done, because as I say, I love the medium. I'm going to just one more time turn them, and they should be ready. I'm sorry, I'm holding my camera, so if you see some shaking, it's because I'm holding this camera in my hand. Nyamachera umezaliwa wami, mimi wako najua. Umezaliwa wami, mimi wako najua. I just love my African music. I love African music. We are done with this meat, like for example, you see, still softy, so that's how I want it. And I'm just going to serve this food now, finally. For the meat, just to, to give that little touch, just to make it even more spicy, to make it, just like you get it in the restaurant, just that you don't, not that, everyday lamb chop. I am going to just cut some mince leaves, and then I have some dill here. Normally, I normally do, instead of dill, I normally do with rosemary. I have rosemary in the garden actually, but I just thought of, let's do something else today. So this is I'm just going to cut them. Normally they are washed, but I'm just going to wash them, this time of the year. I think it's better. So I'm actually just going to use just one of these, and then just this one. Actually this is enough. So just this and this, and I'm going to wash them. Just although they are washed, as I said. I'm going to chop that. Guys, it smells amazing. It's reminding me summer. It's reminding me summer. Praying for summer to come soon. You can also, normally you could also add thyme, fresh thyme. Yeah. I said I'm not good in chopping. I always say, hey, people, just chop here. Chop. Like chop my money. Chop. You are not chopping money, you are chopping herbs. I really want them to be fine. So yeah. I'm telling you. Now, as I always say, you know, your eyes also eat as you eat. So now we're going to, you're going to deal with the salad right now, and then, yeah, you will see what I'm going to do. So I have everything ready here. I already washed the salad. Some salads, I bought them already washed. So I'm just going to dress this plate. And just bring that. As I said in the beginning of the video, that we are doing a lamb chops with salad. So this is our salad. This is our rucola salad. Just hold it like that, just as much as you feel like you are hungry. I'm very hungry right now, so. And then we add some carrots just to give it color. These carrots, I bought them grated. You can also just grate your carrots by yourself. And then we're going to add, because I love coriander, I'm just going to add some coriander. And then we have some cherry tomatoes, and for that I'm just going to cut them into two, just like that. I'm not even going to break it completely, I'm just cutting it like this. Then it looks like that, and I drop it. Same things to this one, just like that, I drop it. Yeah, that's actually enough. Not too much, you want your plate to look attractive. You don't want to make your plate so full. No, you don't want that. And now we're going to deal with the dressing first, and then the meat come on top. Now let us just dress the salad. I'm using olive oil. This is with garlic and a little bit of paprika. Of course, for my kids, I'm not gonna use the paprika one, so I'm just going to just add like that. Then I'm going to use balsamico, and I'm just going to sprinkle that so as well. Then salt. That's it for today. Because already the meat, there's a lot going on. The meat, the bread, and also I love salt. That's why you might think, ooh, this woman put a lot of salt. I love salt, a lot of salt. So that's it. And now we're going to put it in the salad. The dressing is done. We're going to just arrange our yummy food. Lamb chops. The lamb chops are big. Good. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm using my hands. For me it's easier, and I'm the one eating it. But of course, if it was for my guest, then I would use a fork. And then now let's come to the bread. So I'm just going to take the bread. I need this chopper, I need a knife, a bread knife, and then I prepared the concussion before, and then I'm just going to put that, just apply that on the bread. While I was making the meat, I just kept the bread in the oven at 50 degrees, just to make sure that it does not get cold, because you don't want to serve cold bread if actually your aim is to serve it warm. So just like that, and then we can add some paprika. But now again, I'm using my hand because I want to spread it evenly. This is the sweet paprika, so it's not, it's not hot. And then just, this is how the bread looks like. And now I'm just going to, if you want it hot, you can add some chili, but this is how I'm going to serve it today. So I'm just going to cut it, and then, yeah, just cut it the way I want to have it. Ooh, it's a little bit hard because sauce and do these. And I'm just actually only putting these, putting the marinade on one side, not both sides. That way. It's moving a bit too much. Then I'm just going to show you how I'm doing this. Going to add that on our plate. Going to add that on our plate. Here one. Just decorate your plate the way you want it. Voila. Final touch, guys. Final touch. The dill, the mince, the herb mixture is going to just to garnish this plate, you know, and give it as many as possibly you can at taste, you know. And then I have the pomegranate sauce. I'm just going to add very little on top of it, otherwise it's going to be too much. Ooh, close the sauce. This is actually not too much. Look at this. Ooh, la 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 la. I'm telling you. Voila. And now, guys, this food, this lovely plate is ready to be eaten, you know. But before we do that, my husband prepared, just opened a bottle of wine, and we are just going to enjoy this meal with a glass of red wine. Hi, babe.
Hi.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Now let's taste the
What wine is this?
wine from Argentina, from Mendoza.
Okay. That's good. Should I taste? No, I should not taste.
You know this wine is very good. This is grape from Argentina.
Oh. Why not Kenya?
Kenyan.
Why not Kenya?
Kenyan, they don't have.
Okay then.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. Congratulations for your new video.
I never got it. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Good. Good. So guys, we have come to the end of this video, and we are, these two human beings are going to enjoy our dinner. Thank you so much for watching, and if you came until here, you must have enjoyed this video. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment in the comment section, and if you've not subscribed, if you're just a viewer who does not feel like subscribing, please consider subscribing, because there are going to be this kind of videos every week. Bye guys, and thanks for coming.
Goodbye.
What are you laughing?